From the pages of WWF program number 142 comes a full-throttle snapshot of Titan Sports' booming empire in 1986. Part magazine, part merchandise catalog, all pure Federation energy. It opens with the behind-the-scenes roll call of Linda M. Kelly steering the publishing ship, Edward Ricciuti editing the action, Gail Lauridsen shaping the visuals, and Stephen Taylor capturing every slam through the lens. Readers are greeted with the WWF Action Line, a 24-hour telephone hotline spanning America, where for 50 cents, fans could hear Hulk Hogan, Bobby Heenan, or Jimmy Hart deliver daily updates, challenges, and chaos from New York to Los Angeles. The disclaimer reminds everyone that every word, logo, and name belongs to Titan Sports Inc., even the immortal Hulkamania trademark. A reminder that wrestling was now a trademark universe. From there, the first feature sets the tone with Tito Santana, hanging tough without a title, a portrait of grit and defiance after losing the Intercontinental Championship to Randy Macho Man Savage. Rather than ducking competition, Tito goes after the biggest names in the WWF, Morocco, Orton, and any man who can test his mettle, insisting that he'll never take the easy route. He declares that avoiding danger would dull his edge, and the story paints him as a symbol of relentless determination, battling to stay in the minds of fans and promoters alike. Every time Santana steps into the ring, he risks injury and defeat, but he also reminds the Federation what it means to fight for pride alone. That same fire ignites the feature on Brutus Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine, still reeling after losing their tag team titles to the British Bulldogs at WrestleMania 2. Their manager Johnny Valiant rants about conspiracies and deals made to keep my men down, claiming promoters for the Dream Team's dominance. The article undercuts his bluster with cold reality. Competition is fierce, and the tag division is more crowded than ever. The Dream Team may have to wait in line, but their combination of arrogance, power, and precision keeps them dangerous contenders. Then comes the ominous rise of Sika, the Savage from Samoa, a portrait in pure menace. Described as 300 pounds of fury led by the black-robed wizard, Sika is a throwback to the days when warriors went at each other with a fury that made the first Europeans shudder. The text likens him to a living weapon, no pity, no restraint, and claims the wizard's dark influence has transformed him into an unstoppable monster, destined to crush anyone in his path. With names like Lanny Poffo, Corporal Kirchner, and Junkyard Dog mentioned as targets, the shadow looms over the roster, even hinting that Hulk Hogan himself could be next. Between the chaos, the magazine slips into a flurry of ads, from Rockin' Wrestlin' Records out of Houston to order forms for WWF sports shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, and tote bags, all proudly made in the USA, proof that the Federation was as much a retail powerhouse as a wrestling promotion. The second act explodes with personal vendettas and shifting alliances, beginning with Cowboy Bob Orton, who now aims his fury at his former employer, Rowdy Roddy Piper. The once loyal bodyguard calls Piper a phony with a big mouth and vows revenge, mixing the precision of a ring technician with the rage of a betrayed outlaw. The story describes Orton as part matador, part madman, executing perfect suplexes before descending into brawling brutality. He's not content with beating Piper. He wants to humiliate him, believing only total destruction can restore his pride. His former friend is now his favorite victim. Then the spotlight turns to the magnificent Morocco, portrayed as wrestling's ultimate bully, a man who gets his kicks by kicking when they're down. The article recounts how Morocco joined Orton in assaulting an injured Piper during Piper's pit, gleefully pounding the wounded host for the sheer pleasure of it. The piece brands Morocco as a sadist and warns that he's awakened a storm. Piper's vengeance is coming, and this time, the Magnificent One may find himself on the receiving end of the beating. Next, the tempo shifts to the race for the belts, a quick-fire rundown of every championship picture. Hulk Hogan remains the immovable world champion, surrounded by hungry monsters, like Kamala the Ugandan headhunter and Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff. Randy Macho Man Savage faces the combined pursuit of Billy Jack Haynes, Tito Santana, and Ricky Steamboat for the Intercontinental crown. The fabulous Moolah stands alone atop the women's division, with Susan Starr and Jean Kirkland, the Black Venus, trying to dethrone her. And the British Bulldogs cling to their tag team gold, while the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, plus the ever-bitter Dream Team, circle like sharks. Then, Hulk Hogan himself becomes salesman-in-chief with a full-page collector's edition pin set ad, promoting Koisane enamel pins of every star framed in solid oak. Each edition costs $24.95, with an optional $69.95 deluxe frame. A perfect summary of how the Federation turned its heroes into collectibles. Following that, the Keeping an Eye On column delivers quick, pulsing snapshots of the roster. Jake the Snake Roberts remains obsessed with Ricky Steamboat and poisoned by envy. Dino Bravo enters as a muscular Canadian technician who wins by skill or deceit. Slick debuts as the Doctor of Style, managing powerhouse Butch Reed, always scheming to find favorable matchups. Veteran SD, Special Delivery Jones returns from Australia with fresh techniques. The Killer Bees fine-tune their speed and confusion tags. And George the Animal, Steel continues to rampage across arenas like a bald-headed gorilla in green fur trunks. It's the WWF in motion. Heroes rising, villains prowling, and no one safe from betrayal or reinvention. The final stretch of program number 142 turns into a full-blown retail spectacular. The Federation's temple of souvenirs and self-promotion. Pages upon pages of order forms list everything a fan could ever wear or own. Knit sports shirts with embroidered logos, cross pen sets, nylon sports bags, baseball caps, wristbands, and sweatshirts, every item tagged with codes and shipping costs. The WWF All-Star T-shirt section bursts with the likenesses of Ricky Steamboat, Jake Roberts, Don Morocco, Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, the British Bulldogs, the Machines, Superstar Billy Graham, Dick Slater, and the Killer Bees, all available for $11.95. Then the pages light up with the orange and yellow glow of Hulkamania apparel, including turquoise and navy shirts, Hulkicized caps, headbands, visors, and the real American tee. Each piece sells the myth of Hulk Hogan, the everyman superhero who could be worn, framed, or ordered by mail. Next comes the Toy Empire, Milton Bradley's WWF Superstars game, puzzles, and a line of LJN action figures. 8-inch bendable likenesses of Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper, King Kong Bundy, Greg Valentine, Hillbilly Jim, Brutus Beefcake, Paul Orndorff, and Big John Studd. Fans can stage their own battles on the official WWF toy ring. 18 inches square for tabletop warfare, or go big with the 16-inch supersized Hulk Hogan, fully articulated with movable head, arms, and legs. Alongside the toys are the best of the WWF Coliseum home videos, WrestleMania 1 and 2, Hulkamania, and bloopers, bleeps, and body slams, each priced at $59.95 and promising to replay the Federation's greatest moments from your living room. The consumer fever continues with the wit and wisdom of Captain Lou Albano, 101 pages of hilarity and chaos. A 1987 WWF calendar, mugs featuring Hulk and Andre, drink wraps, lunch kits, and oversized posters of Randy Savage and Elizabeth, the Junkyard Dog, Billy Jack Haynes, Jake Roberts, George Steele, and the Killer Bees, each sold for $3.95. Even the order form becomes entertainment. A grid of prices and product codes that turns fandom into math homework for the devoted. The final page seals it all with the WWF Magazine subscription drive, promising 6 issues for $13 or 12 for $23, complete with toll-free order line and an extra issue for immediate payment. The tagline boasts, "The best of the WWF, subscribe and save," and the small print reminds readers to allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. And just before the curtain falls, another ad flashes from LJN, Fum Wrestlers, Bendable Toys, and the Hulkamania workout line, a plastic gym for the junior Hulkamaniac, complete with dumbbells and cassette tape exercises. It's the perfect ending to an issue that captures 1986 in full throttle, a world where wrestling, entertainment, and merchandise blurred into one unstoppable force. Every inch of WWF program number 142 pulses with the Federation's identity. Larger-than-life heroes and villains locked in eternal battle, their likenesses stamped on t-shirts, mugs, and mail-order forms. Its history wrapped in bright ink and big promises. A time when even the wildest characters could be ordered from a catalog. When the WWF didn't just sell wrestling, it sold immortality. That was WWF program number 142, captured in all its 1986 glory. The rivalries, the merchandise, and the madness that defined wrestling's biggest boom. If you enjoyed this trip back through the pages of wrestling history, hit that like button, leave a comment about your favorite superstar or ad, and subscribe for more from the Pages Retrospectives, where every headline tells a story and every order form is a time machine.